This is a severe weather update from KTVO Storm Team 3.
Good evening, everybody. We now have a tornado warning in effect, including counties Adair, Lynn, Macon, and Sullivan. Right now, we're seeing this rotation is directly going through the town of North Salem, right along the Sullivan and Lynn County border. So folks who are in this affected area need to be seeking shelter at this time. Whether you have a basement, then you need to be getting inside of it. If you have a storm shelter, you need to be seeking shelter there. And of course, if you have neither of those options available, the most interior room of your home, placing as many walls between yourself and the exterior as possible, preferably a bathroom. That way you can get into the tub, grab a blanket, and place it over yourself. But right now, this is our tornado warning for this area of rotation, defined very, very well here on our radar. And this is moving to the east southeast at a good pace, so about 30 plus miles an hour. And this is currently, again, right over the town of North Salem. This is our first tornado warning of the evening. It is going to be moving towards areas between Sedgwick and Garner there in Lynn County. So folks, between those two cities, you need to be seeking shelter at this time. Now, we do not have the confirmation of a tornado on the ground, but we do see a very tight area of rotation. So this is concerning, as it is now 11:20 at night. Folks, I hope you are taking our messages earlier to heart and having ways to receive those overnight weather alerts, because this is an ongoing situation. Again, we have a reported tornado warning ongoing until 11:30 p.m. for Lynn, Adair, Macon, and Sullivan counties. And right now, this is where the tornado would be, right through the town of North Salem. It is working its way to the east-southeast at 30 plus miles an hour. This is what we were concerned about as we headed into our evening here, where the possibility of isolated tornadoes spinning up in some of these more isolated and discrete cells, and that's exactly what we are getting. So again, you need to be in your safe space. You need to be seeking shelter. If you live anywhere near, even up towards Winnigan, you need to be taking shelter at this time. Winnigan, Sedgwick, down towards Garner, now passing around County Road CC. This is moving towards Ladue Road, which heads right towards the city of Sedgwick. So please, folks, up here towards Llama Road, that is going to be passing directly along Llama Road, between Llama Road and Ladue Road, crossing County Road CC here at this time. Folks, please seek shelter if you are in this affected area, which stretches from North Salem towards Sedgwick, back up to Winnigan, even Garner. You do need to be seeking shelter at this time, because we are looking at this tornado warned cell moving to the east-southeast. And again, rotation, scan after scan after scan, continues to show this nice tight rotation here, where you have the greens and reds mixing together, showing that indication very well on our radar. So this is continuing, should continue on its path to the east-southeast at a good pace. Again, we're talking 30, 35 plus miles an hour in terms of storm speed. So this will be on top of you very, very quickly in the event that you need to seek shelter, which again is going to be for folks now towards Sedgwick, Winnigan, even Garner, of course, New Boston as well. Anywhere within this red blinking shaded region, this is our tornado warning, which covers southwestern Adair County, much of central and southeastern Sullivan County, much of central northeastern Lynn County, and far northwestern Macon County at this time. Even folks towards Goldsberry, you're just on the outskirts of the tornado warning, but this is currently working its way to the east-southeast at a very good pace, about 30, 35 plus miles an hour. So putting a little storm cone on this, moving at the east-southeast, again, 30, 35 miles an hour. It is going to be heading in this direction very, very quickly. So folks, please, out here towards Walnut, New Boston, again, Winnigan, out towards Garner, Sedgwick as well, you need to be seeking shelter at this time. This is a active tornado warning heading in this direction, looking to pass pretty much through the city of Sedgwick. So cannot stress it enough. This is a late night situation. We were talking about this earlier. The isolated tornado chance was not going to be going away, even as the storms began firing up well after dark tonight. So once again, ongoing tornado warning until 11:30 p.m. for southwestern Adair, much of central and southeastern Sullivan County, much of central northeastern Lynn County, and then far northwestern Macon County at this hour. So please seek shelter at this time if you are anywhere within this red blinking shaded warning region. Yeah, even on our storm velocity, we are seeing, again, very good couplets going on here between North Salem and Sedgwick, looking to pass right between Llama and Ladue Road, working its way to the east-southeast at about 30, 35 plus miles an hour. Throwing back on our base velocity here. Again, yeah, this is going to continue on its path towards Sedgwick and likely pass just to the north of New Boston, but still, folks in New Boston, I would highly encourage you all to get into your safe space at this time if you are with us here this evening. Again, taking a look at some of the rotation, not seeing perfect rotation showing up here on our detector, but again, all we need to do is look at our base velocity, and we are seeing that the couplet is right there, working its way towards the city of the town of Sedgwick. So please, folks, please, in the city of Sedgwick, if you are hearing this right now, you need to be seeking shelter. Folks, if you are living outside of this tornado-warned cell, which is going to be much of the viewing area, if you have friends, family, anybody you know that lives out here into far northern Lynn County, out towards the city of Sedgwick, you need to please reach out to them, make sure that they are seeking shelter, give them a call, make sure that they are awake and aware that this is heading in their direction. Again, right on there. This is where we're likely seeing that tornado, that little couplet on the back end side of this storm. Severe thunderstorm warnings off to the south and west, severe thunderstorm warnings out to the east, but this is our focus right now. This is the tornado warned cell that is working to the east southeast, passing through the cities of New Salem towards Sedgwick at this hour. So again, a new radar scan, another still very, very nice couplet showing up, a little weakening now. So a little on the, a nice sign there that the rotation couplet, the two, the green and the red, are not as close together, or not as vibrant as they were. So we could see this cell weakening, but also, folks, we're talking about a city in a town that is over 100 miles away from where our radar site is, and this is the issue that popped up with the Bering tornado just a week ago, and that was, we're looking thousands of feet above the ground. A tornado develops in the lowest portion of the storm. So what we're seeing is upper level rotation. So it may not be a confirmed tornado on the ground, but in a situation like this, we need to act like it is a confirmed tornado on the ground. Again, we need to act like it is. It does not mean it is a confirmed tornado on the ground, but just remember what happened a week ago tonight out in Bering. We had some signs of upper level rotation. Unfortunately, no warning was issued, and it did, in fact, turn out to be an EF2 tornado with max wind speeds of 122 miles an hour. So please, if you are still with us this evening, if you have not gone to bed just yet, and you live here around this town of Sedgwick, east of North Salem, east-southeast of North Salem, southwest of Winnigan, you need to be seeking shelter at this time. This is a quick-moving storm. It is easily moving upwards of 30, 35 or more miles an hour, and it's moving towards the east-southeast. And yeah, new radar scan, still seeing the signs. Again, not as vibrant as it was just about 5-10 minutes ago, but still a very clear indication that there is rotation ongoing in the environment at this time with this cell. So zooming in a little bit, it's kind of passing just north of where Llama Road is, where that connects with, I believe that's County Road PP, heading north up County Road PP towards Llama Road. That is where we're looking at that rotation couplet right now, up between Willow Road and Llama Road at this hour, kind of passing right here along Marco Road, which I believe is right along the county borders of Lynn and Sullivan County. So again, this is our only tornado warning at this hour. And again, let's zoom this back out a little bit, and we'll notice here, as it passes into North Salem, the couplet gets very, very tight, but in the next radar scan, it does begin to weaken just a bit. There's still rotation there. It is still something that we do need to keep a close eye on for some retightening, maybe some re-strengthening, because, folks, we've got an extremely energetic environment. I was talking about that earlier this evening. It would not take much. Once we broke the cap, these storms were going to go, and they did, and they have been producing large hailstones in the order of 2 inches or more, very strong winds. Saw reports of 8-inch per hour rainfall rates, and now we're getting our tornado warning here issued for the southwestern portions of Adair County, central, southeastern portions of Sullivan County, central, north central, and northeastern portions of Lynn County at this time, and continuing here into far northwestern portions of, okay, so yeah, new tornado warning now going out, really focusing in here on the portions of Lynn, Sullivan, and Adair County, but notice recent radar scan again, starting to mix it out, but folks, we're talking still looking thousands and thousands of feet above the ground. So even if we're seeing a little bit of a sign of weakening, that might just be in the upper portions of the atmosphere, in the upper portions of the storm cell, might not be weakening completely down towards the surface. So we still need to act like this is a ongoing tornado, potentially on the ground, as we don't have any spotters currently like right on this cell. Possibly I need to look at our National Weather Service chat to get a good idea on just if we have any actual if we have any actual chasers on the cell right now, but right around here, between Willow Road, Llama Road, just southwest of Winnigan, just northwest of Sedgwick, this is where we're going to be looking at the potential for that tornado. So you need to be seeking shelter if you live anywhere to the east, southeast, even the northeast of this area right here. If you live east of Willow Road and Llama Road, you need to be seeking shelter. If you live anywhere along Marco Road, along the Sullivan and Lynn County borders, you need to be seeking shelter at this time. Folks, this is a tornado warning. It is not a confirmed tornado on the ground, but just 1 week ago, we dealt with a similar situation in Bering where we had elevated rotation, but no warning was issued. So let's act like this is a confirmed tornado on the ground. Again, it might not be, but let's act like it just because we are in this situation being in a radar hole where we do not have all the eyes on the ground from our radar sites. So a little concern with this storm continuing to kind of track east-southeast directly towards, maybe out here if it sustains itself long enough, towards the city of La Plata and areas west of that. So we have our first initial tornado warning canceled, and we're going to keep this image up while I get that new tornado warning posted and sent out to all of our phones. So just stick with me here, folks, as we continue to track this. I need to go ahead and get this latest tornado warning out for the folks in portions of Adair, Lynn, and Sullivan County. So again, folks, we have the one tornado warning at this hour, working its way through southeastern southeastern Sullivan County, northeastern Lynn County, and it remains in effect for far southwestern Adair County. The latest radar scans continuing to show not as perfect of a rotational signal, but again, we are still looking at thousands of feet above the surface. We need to act like this is still an ongoing situation, and we need to be seeking shelter at this hour, just in the event of the potential tornado on the ground, as we are dealing with what we call the radar hole, where we are still, as I've been saying, looking thousands of feet above the ground and might not have the clear signal of rotation on the surface. But I'm just putting out the warning right now. So for folks in and around the affected areas of Adair, Lynn, and Sullivan County, you will be getting this warning sent to your phones here in a second. Just need to go ahead and get this sent out for everybody. But yeah, we have one tornado warning in effect at this hour. It is in effect until midnight tonight for southeastern portions of Sullivan, northeastern portions of Lynn County, and far southwestern portions of Adair County, working its way directly along the Sullivan and Lynn County border, working its way to the east-southeast. So folks, please, if you do live in anywhere around, it was Sedgwick, anywhere around Winnigan, and continuing further east as well, you do need to be seeking shelter at this hour. This is an ongoing active tornado warning on the ground, or excuse me. We need to act like this is a tornado that could potentially be on the ground. Just remember what happened just 7 days ago. Just 7 days ago, Bering here in Knox County was impacted by an EF2 tornado that was a very similar setup. We had elevated rotation being seen, but of course, it's not always a guarantee that it is on the ground when that is showing up. So given the fact of what happened just 7 days ago, it very eerily similar. I mean, that storm came in a little after 11 p.m. It is now 11:32, and we have this tornado warning in effect until midnight tonight. Once again, it is for southeastern portions of Sullivan, northeastern portions of Lynn, southwestern portions of Adair County. So Leffler, Nind, even a little further east towards similar. If this continues on its same trajectory, if it continues to show signs of potential rotation, we will continue with this tornado warning at this hour. So folks, again, right out here near North Salem, that is really where we're going to be watching for this rotation. So let me go ahead and get a little bit of a shorter radar loop on this, so that way we're not going back all the way to 1 hour. So let me go ahead and throw this only on a 15-minute loop. So yeah, we have seen signs. It's turning a little to the left, and a left turner is a good thing for us. A right-hand turning storm, or one that if it is moving east and it turns a little bit more to the south, that would typically indicate some strengthening, whereas on the reverse side, if it is like this storm is moving to the east and it ends up turning a little bit more to the north, which would be a left-hand turn, that's typically a sign of some weakening in the storm. Not a guarantee, but it is at least a good sign that we might be losing some steam on this. But yeah, passing through North Salem, heading east now, mainly east, about 30, 35 miles an hour or so, heading towards Nind. Zoom in a little bit here. So it's going to be, again, towards Winnigan, Sedgwick. This is now passing through Winnigan, Sedgwick, right along Marco Road, heading east towards State Highway 11, where that intersects with Marco Road, continuing to the south there. Now we have a new tornado warning looking like it's going out here for parts of, oh no, that was just the cancellation of the previous warning. So this right here, from Leffler towards just south of Butte, North Salem, Sedgwick, and up here towards Nin. So folks in this affected area need to be seeking shelter at this time. Here was the rotation working its way kind of in between Winnigan and Sedgwick. So folks, I really hope you were able to get into your safe spaces, whether that be the basement, a storm shelter, or if you have neither of those two available, the most interior room of your home, placing as many walls between yourself and the exterior as possible. So again, ongoing tornado warning in effect until midnight tonight for southwestern Adair, far southeastern Sullivan, and far northeastern Lynn County. This is the current and only tornado warning in effect at this hour for our viewing area, but we do have several other severe thunderstorm warnings out here into areas just east of Knox County, and then here into Lynn County, northwest of Brookfield. You've got a severe thunderstorm likely capable of 1.5 inch size hailstones, but again, tornado warning ongoing at this hour right towards the corners of Adair, Macon, Lynn, and Sullivan County. So if you live anywhere near locations like Nind, north of New Boston, northeast of Sedgwick, south of Leffler, northwest of Goldsberry, you need to be seeking shelter at this time. Zooming in a little bit more, so kind of working its way duly right along, Marco Road here, right along the Sullivan and Lynn County border, northwest of Aspen Street, Bluegrass Avenue right here. It is going to be northwest of you. State Highway 11 running through Lynn County. This is going to be passing directly along State Highway 11 in Lynn County on the far northeastern portion of Lynn County, moving east at about 35 plus miles an hour. So again, folks, we do have tornado warning in effect until midnight tonight for the affected counties here shaded in red, which once again is going to be southwestern Adair, southeastern Sullivan, northeastern Lynn County, working its way to the east, a little bit of a turn to the right, or excuse me, a little bit of a turn to the left. We have seen some weakening in this rotation, not as good of a couplet signature notice as it made its way through North Salem. Yeah, you really had a nice signature there, so gradually, we might be looking at a little bit of a weakening, but so far the National Weather Service has not canceled, has not let this expire, so we need to continue to act like this is an ongoing tornado, potentially on the ground and working its way to the east towards areas like Nind here in southwestern Adair County, areas out towards northwestern Macon County as well. Leffler, you're right on the edge of the tornado warning at this hour. And this is, again, right here towards Winnigan. This is where it's likely going to be passing through right now. So between Winnigan, Sedgwick, working its way to the east. And as we continue with this, we'll likely see if there is going to be an extension. It will likely be here for southwestern, south central, and Adair County, and then likely northwestern, north central Macon County. That will likely be the next locations that will be placed underneath a tornado warning if the National Weather Service is looking to continue it. So, again, keeping a close eye on everything that has been going on right here into the kind of four-corner region of Adair, Lynn, Sullivan, and Macon counties. So please, folks, if you live anywhere near Winnigan, Sedgwick, south of Leffler, west of Nind, you need to be seeking shelter at this time, as this could potentially be a tornado on the ground. No confirmation on that just yet, but again, I will keep referencing back to that. Just 7 days ago, Bering was hit by that EF2 tornado in a very similar situation. So please take the precaution, act like this is a tornado on the ground, and get into your safe space. That way, in the event that we have any sort of direct strike, you are giving yourself the best opportunity of survival and safety. So once again, this is in effect until midnight tonight. It is for southwestern Adair, southeastern Sullivan, northeastern Lynn, and if this is going to be continued by the National Weather Service, we'll likely see southern portions of Adair County receiving this new tornado warning if it is going to continue, and it would be northern portions of Macon County, so that would be including likely locations like Gifford, Yarrow, maybe Walnut, Nind, probably La Plata as well. So folks, please take the precaution, find your safe space, and get to it if you live anywhere within these counties that I've been mentioning: southwestern Adair, southeastern Sullivan, northeastern Lynn. They need to act like this is a tornado on the ground, just based off of what happened just a week ago, just 7 days ago, with what happened in Bering with that EF2 tornado that blew through last Friday night. But again, want to note that there was a much stronger couplet when we first went to air. It has begun to subside. It does not mean that it might be gone completely. Again, We are looking at the bottom of the clouds, thousands of feet above the air, not the actual real bottom of the clouds. And it is the unfortunate reality of living where we are here in northeast Missouri and southeast Iowa. So we need to just act like this potentially is a tornado that is on the ground. One other thing that I've got now noticing here, a little bit of some coupling going on south of Garner that we'll want to keep a close eye on for the potential of a secondary area of rotation. But right now, this is our main focus. Now, it's not appearing as it made its way through North Salem. So we're going to keep a close eye on that area south of Garner. But right now, our main focus, is right into here. This will remain in effect until midnight tonight, unless... Oh, actually, we have now just seen the tornado warning has been canceled. It has been allowed to expire. So with that being said, we will be sending everything back to regularly scheduled programming. But please, folks, this might not be the only one we see tonight. So if you are going to be heading off to bed anytime soon, please, I encourage you all to have multiple ways to receive any kind of overnight weather alert. Turn those phones on full blast. Some of us are heavy sleepers. And so we're encouraging you all to make sure you're staying as prepared as possible. But like I said, with the tornado warning now being canceled, we'll go ahead and send everything back to its regularly scheduled programming.
Get the latest weather updates at KTVO.com and the Storm Team 3 mobile app. We now rejoin regular programming in progress.